There is nothing quite like harsh reality giving us a collective slap in the face and a graphic message to wake up. That's exactly what happened in France following the terror attacks last Friday. French President Hollande may be a socialist, but he quickly became a realist this weekend. Rightly calling the Paris attacks an act of war, President Hollande sent his Air Force to bomb ISIS targets in Syria over the weekend. And then last night, French police conducted about 150 raids across the country. In Lyon, the cops arrested 5 people and discovered a cache of weapons, including a rocket launcher. The fast actions of the French president contrast greatly with those of our commander-in-chief. Earlier today at his G20 press conference, our president seemed again intent on delivering a lecture on international affairs.
This is not, as I said, a traditional military opponent. We can retake territory, and as long as we leave our troops there, we can hold it, but that does not solve the underlying problem of eliminating the dynamics that are producing these kinds of violent extremist groups.
While the president seeks to impress the pseudo-sophisticates with his talk about eliminating root causes, he avoids the obvious, the complete evisceration and elimination of ISIS. Mr. Obama always claims his first priority as president is to protect the American people, but he seems more passionate about bringing Syrian refugees here than attacking ISIS. In fact, he chose to attack some of his would-be Republican successors who suggested that we bring in Christian refugees fleeing ISIS.
When I hear political leaders suggesting that there would be a religious test for which person who's fleeing from a war-torn country is admitted, when some of those folks themselves come from families who benefited from protection when they were fleeing political persecution, that's shameful.
No, Mr. President, what's shameful is your fundamental misrepresentation of where the words religious test are mentioned in our Constitution. They come in Article 6, Paragraph 3, contained in the final clause. No religious test shall ever be required as a qualification to any office or public trust in the United States. Fact is, we can use whatever criteria we agree upon to limit who we admit to this country. But what's even sadder is this: President Obama has made no effort to bring in Christian refugees and every effort to bring in Muslims. By the way, the Syrian refugees who may have taken part in Friday's Paris attacks were not Christians. Our president ought to think about that, as ISIS plans to attack us here, or so they say. That's the way I see it. Now, for the way you see it, your comments via social media. First, we hear from Steve, who writes in, the White House team states they still intend to bring in thousands of refugees. They say they have an extensive vetting process. How exactly does that work? Do they ask them one at a time, are you a terrorist? They answer, no, I am not. Then we say, okay, you're cleared to come on in. We'd love to get your comments. Here's where you send them: newsmaxtv.com/comments. That'll do it for this Monday night. Be looking for you here tomorrow night. For now, stay brave, stay free, stay tuned.